What's up, y'all? Another episode in the books. Season 1, episode 9. Hell followed. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. Let's get it popping.
Gina in the building, aka Christina in the building.
Get your drinks up.
Oh, shall we toast to season 1, episode 9?
Woo woo.
Because, first of all, we have finally put in the ground and burned Josh Agent Cole's body. He is officially off of this earth.
The Lord works in mysterious ways. Lady V in the building. Hey, girl. Hey. BB's in the building.
B, what's up, girl? Okay, so this episode right here. So Sam Crow is trying to get this money and take care of Cam, who is wounded at the freaking clubhouse.
Critically wounded.
He don't got his ass shot. So how the hell you shot ass? I don't know. But
running away.
He don't got shot in the ass. And now he is at the clubhouse. And now he don't tell Sam Crow that he has a deadline to take care of somebody, if you will, by Monday. And so now Sam Crow got to take on this whole new thing, because you know how they do. They always got to solve the problem.
Right.
That's what they do. Right. And so that's what's going on right now. So, what did we really get into? So, we see that, who is this? There we go. There is
poor Juice
for you. Look at Juice, man. Poor him. But you know,
I just can't wait till we get to my man Happy.
Here we go. Already. Anyway.
Woo!
Happy do it for you, Dina.
Man, it's something about Happy, boy, that just, what that song, clap along if you because I'm happy. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, he do it for me. For me.
Okay, that's fine. He do it for you. That's Happy. He do it for me too. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
He did it.
I mean, the way he talked, the way he walked, the body, all of his mannerisms.
Happy is a little sadistic. I mean, if Tig will say he liked being around Happy because around him he's the normal one, that says a lot.
So, hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind and some handcuffs. I'm just saying.
Bump and grind and handcuffs. Okay. That's exactly what
I don't want to marry the man. Just lock me up at the Hilton in a suite for about 48 hours. I ain't trying to marry him.
Okay.
He seems like the type that would hit it and ghost you, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he's definitely. Did we just learn minds that Happy took out somebody's daughter? Yes. No, he took out what you call it, Alvarez's son.
At the very end.
Actually, which happened this episode actually. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he took out Alvarez's son, the Mayans leader's son.
But that was an agreement.
Alvarez gave him to him since we talked about it anyway. Alvarez gave them his son.
Yeah, because if you look at the end of since we probably just gonna talk in general, but if you look at the end of the episode, Alvarez's son is what caused a lot of the drama in this situation.
Sorry, but yes, you're right. He killed the Reyes brothers son. Yes, he Angel and oh my god, how am I not remembering right now the names of people? Angel, oh my, I don't like myself right now.
I'm lost.
Talk about the Mayans. See, you got to get up on the Mayans.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I'm not into the Mayans yet. Look, y'all, I got limited time. Okay, I got a job, a dog. I'm running a Uber service to get my daughter back and forth to work. I'm limited on my time now. Y'all gonna have to give me the cliff notes.
Wait, hold on. No. I thought he was talking about Alvarez's son. He was talking about Bishop's son.
See, I'm confused.
And Bishop is now the leader of the Mayans on the current show Mayans. Yes, I got it, honey, easy. Yes, so okay. Oh goodness. Hey, KK. Hey, girl. Hey. She won't remember. Hopefully, she won't remember by the time she get to it. Lady B said, "Oh, Dean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil you."
That's okay. I probably won't because I don't know how many seasons it is, but I've been binge watching Christmas movies trying to get into the Christmas spirit. It's not working, but there's still hope. So that's what I've been focusing on other than the shows.
When everyone else around you does, and you'll just suck it all in. Just be ready to suck it all in. I'm about ready to start watching a Christmas movie. The only one I'm really ready to see is, of course, National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. But A Christmas Story is coming out, which is a Christmas story sequel, and it comes out on the 17th.
But I'm gonna get into it, y'all. I think maybe this weekend instead of watching Christmas movies, because I don't do nothing but lay in the bed all weekend because my job is stressful. So I think this weekend I'm gonna try to get into this Mayans because I be confused. And it don't take much to confuse me, especially when I've been drinking. But I love y'all. I'm gonna check it out. I've been wanting to check it out. I just haven't had the time. But now y'all gonna force me to do it.
We're not gonna force, but it's
in a good way.
The next chapter on the other side of what's going on. You get to see what's going on with Sam Crow. Now see how the Mayans operate. Their rival. Is seeing how. And when the show starts, it takes place like a couple months after the end of Sons of Anarchy. So,
all right, let's start with the top of the notes and let's get down through there.
Let's get through this. So while they're dealing with Cameron at the clubhouse, Gemma, of course, wants to go and find Jax because he's nowhere to be found. Gemma and Tig go looking for Jax, and they find him. Well, she said she's going to look for Tara and Jax. And then, of course, she finds Jax at Tara's house, and she has a whole entire conniption. Like, she's, of course, like, she the girlfriend. Well, first she was like, "Oh, I'm so concerned. Are you okay?" And then her and Tig want to team up on him, talking about where your priority, like basically where his priorities at, and how is he going to be laying up with this thing at this time? They're probably thinking she's a crow eater at this, no, because Tara's never been a crow eater. She ain't even on that level, and even Gemma said that and gave her props. But anyway. Yeah. So, but they mad that he there with her, and he's like, "Oh, it ain't like that." But it was Tig for me, and I was mad, like how he was all up on Jackson's business, like got his foot on his stuff. He was like, "Get your foot."
If you don't get your foot off my bike, like, and here's the thing. Now that Jax is basically Sons of Anarchy royalty. I don't know where Tig got the balls to think that he was gonna step on somebody's bike and hold on to it, like he gonna stop him from going somewhere. And Jax gave him the look like, "Boy, I run over you."
Right. But of course he knew that but Tig just wanted, I don't know where Tig wants. See, this is the thing. And that's why it took me so long to actually start liking Tig. I did not like Tig at first. Because this, how he's doing and how he rose through this whole entire season, especially toward the end, like, for real. I don't care if you want to blame Stall or not. You can't. You still did that. Anyway, don't want to get ahead of yourself. But the way Tig acted this first season, I was like, he ain't my cup of tea. I was like, I feel like I ain't gonna like him. I was like, I feel like he gonna be one to unalive at some point, like quickly.
He was moving foul.
Yeah. Tig was reacting to obvious Clay was telling him. And see, that's another thing. He got his head so far up Clay's ass that he don't realize.
He don't think for himself. And see, that's a deadly combination because, we always talk about people leading. You know what I'm saying? We had this conversation at work today. Like, if you gonna lead me, if it's the blind leading the blind, I can't really follow you. If you trying to take me to the mountaintop, but you ain't got no map. And I feel that's how Clay was with Tig. Like, Clay got this power and he really don't know what he doing with it. He just kind of fumbling through. You know what I'm saying? He learning on the curve or learning by, each case by case. He don't have a plan. And Tig following behind him like a lost puppy dog. Everything in whatever Clay say is gospel. But at some point in time, you have to have a brain for yourself and be like, some of this shit ain't right.
Exactly. Yeah, like when you get my foot off your bike and he just sit there even longer, like, dude, get your stuff off my stuff.
Like, who the fuck is you? You trying to I'm sorry. You trying to act like my daddy or something. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me how all of these so-called older men in the group are trying to mold Jax, you know what I'm saying, in some type of way, or be Jax's daddy or father figure or whatever, when Jax is grown. Jax is popping out babies. Jax then been a hitter. Jax is coming up with ideas to keep the peace. Jax is grown. And once they say, once a mug start feeling theyself and smelling theyself or whatever you want to call it, there really ain't much you can do after that. You're going to have to let them go down that road.
Exactly. But,
whew.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then.
So I got a question because I'm confused now. So I know at the end we saw the body being burned, right? But so what they do with the fat man that they killed outside the old girl house? They just left him there?
I don't know.
Because I was confused because y'all was like, well, we know the Agent Cone is gone or whatever. So I was like, whose body? I was confused at the end. And I mean, I know I watched it before, but y'all, I've been drinking tonight, so forgive me. But I was confused. But I assume it was Agent Cone because that dude was fat. So did they leave the fat boy where he was?
I guess so. Because there are too many people around.
Well, I saw old girl peeking out the window.
So I think, they just left that body where it was because that was Agent Cone's body that was
well, he was in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, I understood since he was right for Clay. It took him some time to see Jack as a man and realize Clay. Yeah, it took him way too long. Maybe a little too long. Too late, too long. Too long, too late. Shoot.
But Lady V, though, this was the crazy part. You can tell Gemma to leave somebody alone, but she still didn't leave the girl alone because she had her crying in the kitchen.
Gemma is hard-headed. She don't listen. Gemma is one broad that do not listen.
She wants to be the HBIC. And let me tell you something.
She is over entitled. Like, not even a Karen entitled. She's something on a whole other level.
She Karen's mama entitled, because my thing is like I only have one son, and he's been with this girl for like 8 years, and whenever they have issues, don't call and tell me no issues. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the girl. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to not like the girl, and then you get back with the girl. So whatever issues y'all having, y'all keep them to yourself and work it out. Now, if you ain't gonna be with her no more, cool. But the little tiffs here and there, ups and downs, y'all keep that to yourself. And I think Gemma need to take a page from my book on that note, because she's so involved in the relationship like she the side chick or something.
No, she acting like the main, like the wife, and Tara the side chick.
Yeah, I can go with that. I can go with that. She just, I don't know. It's some, like, what is it? Oedipus, Hamlet, Shakespeare, whatever it is. Hamlet. They got a sick dynamic going on. But I don't know if Jax necessarily sees the dynamic, so I can't say he's in on it. But Gemma definitely has
it right now. No,
yeah.
No. But it frustrates me because before all of that, that she had that talk with Tara. Okay, so Jax goes and gets Tara. And first, he sees her. They have their little moment, you know what I'm saying? And of course that they always do. But this is the first time she has actually done something basically illegal.
For the club.
Like, she is in there now. This is the first time that she gets to come to the club and
she gets her hands dirty.
And so she's there to take care of Cam because Jax went and got her, of course. Or Gemma went and got, Gemma went looking and he went and got her. But so this is her very first time doing anything for the club. Like, she risked her job just there.
Well, she did. Because she said, I'm going to borrow some things. Now, originally, at first, on the situation, she gave them whatever she had at the house. Because, they be monitoring everything. But also, too, with that situation, it's kind of like they did already took care of Agent Cone together. Now she doing something with the club. It's like her digging herself deeper into the lifestyle. And I mean, Gemma did have a valid point of, so you gonna be, saving kids by day and patching up bullet holes at night. She did have a valid point, but as you can see, for some seasons, they did make it work. Until Clay got a wild hair up his ass. Hey, Aunt Niecy.
Hey, Niecy in the house. That's my girl, y'all. Please follow her. She my girl. She took me under her wing when I first got up in these YouTube streets. And she was there. She guided me, told me some things, let me know how it was. She's a sweetheart and a half. I promise y'all.
Yeah, I need to borrow a couple of wigs.
I'm ready to get a pole lesson. Anyway, that's the story. Okay. Anyway, let's keep on. What Lady V said, what's y'all mad? Jax put her in that position. I was. She worked for that license and I opened it on the line for the club. Look. She could have said no. She couldn't have.
No, because Jax already handled Agent Cone. So it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, favor for a favor.
She couldn't say no. So,
I mean, because then we would have been like, oh, Tara ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Yep. If he'd came to the hospital and been like, I need you to come to the club to save, the Irishman or whatever, then she'd have been like, and then he would have been like, but we popped this dude last night or the other night or whatever, whatever.
Love in front of this
right
body.
And that was funny at the end. When she was like, are we crazy? Yeah, y'all crazy. Y'all need to be, y'all that runaway couple that was the natural born killers looking asses sitting up here and having intimate relations in front of a dead body. Y'all need therapy.
Exactly. But that was just come on, we already know though. That
Right.
was Kurt Sutter is a sadistic genius. Like
That was hook, line, and sinker for her
that
because
trying
it's
people on. Everybody got their own fetish.
well, here it is. I did something for you, even though that was not the intention because she had already shot dude first. But it's like, hey, I did something for you. I helped you out of a situation. You need to help me out of a situation. And the what Gemma doesn't realize is all of these crucial situations are bringing them closer together, and she need to mind her own dang business. Like,
Oh,
like go
you
on
know
down to the
that's exactly
CVS and get you some KY so you can handle your man so he ain't out in the streets instead of worrying about what your son doing.
well, clearly that ain't the case. Because he clearly out in these streets because that's how he ended up messing with Sherry, and that's why she ended up busting Sherry's nose with a skateboard.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily think Sherry was because he wasn't getting it right at home. That was more of a mind fuck on half sack. You know what I'm
What you
saying?
would have left alone? Why you gotta do that to Half Sack? Half Sack is the most harmless person within a 20 feet
What you
radius.
need to be doing is worrying about Tig because he's the one that him and Jimmy was all up in the highway with a robe on, all split to the side. So that's who you need to be worrying about instead of half sacks. But that's another episode.
She came back suggesting to handle that, and she knew she would be back in the fold. She pop out that man.
No,
That's right, because she sat there and pop out. But still,
I
it
mean,
was
but she pow powed him to save herself from the imminent danger. But then she screamed and hollered and bloody murder and all this other stuff when he was calling her a biker whore. And then all of a sudden, you horny now? Like what? What? Like, can we clean this up and go dump him in the woods somewhere, come back, take a shower together, and then we can get it on? But you got me up here having relations in front of a dead body. I ain't took no shower. I got blood on my hands, gunpowder residue. No.
it was supposed to be Shakespeare. It was
That
blood,
was some ancient Roman Empire stuff.
passion, type of deal. It was just crazy though.
It was sadistic.
It was sadistic, and that's why I call Kurt Sutter a sadistic genius. And so, yeah, what could you do? What can you do? I mean, at that point, he's got all of this adrenaline. She's got all this adrenaline. What better way to work it off?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was a celebration. They got the enemy out, It ain't like they did something. Yeah, it was wrong to kill him, but if it wasn't gonna be him, it
I
was gonna
said
be
that
him.
too, BB. BB has the correct statement because when me and Confessions was talking about this on a couple of other episodes, or maybe even before we started doing this, I did say that Tara and Gemma were too much alike, and that's why Gemma don't like Tara. You know what I'm saying? Like they just too much alike. Everything is plotted and calculated with both of them.
Yes, it is. So
Because she could have went anywhere. She could have left Chicago and went to New York. Who was going to shoot Agent Cone in New York? No, you came back to California because you knew if he got too close and he acted a fool that Jax was going to come save you.
but let's not forget, because now I remember why I went to this point in the episode to begin with. When Tara was at the clubhouse, I actually thought this is before I knew better, but just for a smidge of a moment, it was gonna start getting cool. Because remember how when Tara first got there, Jax left, did whatever, had to go do what he did with Bobby and Opie, I guess I think. And so Tara was left at the clubhouse and Gemma was there. And you see how she told Karen, she was like, you're in good hands with her, letting him know that, she's a good girl. She's going to take care of her. And for a moment I thought, okay, Gemma, you might be
You're
okay.
rooting for the home team, Gemma. You falling in line and getting what was about to go down.
Yeah, that's before
But
we
no.
for the rest of the series of this show. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay, Gemma's gonna be. It was the first time I ever saw that, so I was like, okay. I was gullible at the moment. I was gullible, but that's how it was. But also, and then she was so nice to Juice, and she gave her credit for being nice to Juice. She was like,
I thought she was really I really thought, okay, Gemma has a heart, but it didn't last long.
she got a heart. It's just cold. It's just frozen.
And
It's
she
frozen.
ain't got no heart. It's a piece of coal in there.
But she got heart for Jax though.
I mean,
So
maybe it's two-sided.
Jax.
One side for Jackson, one side for everybody else. Because she plays the role real good, and then she sucks you in like she cares, and then stabs you in the back. I don't like that shit.
That's her MO. She's so good at that.
Mm-hmm.
So good at that. So then they so now remember Clay had called all the charters, and you got some more charters in there and whatnot, to handle McKeevy that they need to kill for Cameron. Gemma has her moments, but she quickly just it's very short lived. Her moments are very short lived. And that's the thing about Gemma. On the outside, Gemma is like everything. She's the baddest. She's got, her wardrobe, her makeup, everything's to a T. Her sass, the way she walked, her demeanor, everything. Everyone who's ever around her has some type of little crush on her or has thought about her in that way. You hear that come out of a lot of the Sam Crow members' mouths at some point throughout the series. At least the younger ones. The older ones in the first 9s know better. Gemma like a sister. But
Lady B said, who could have a heart while being married to Clay? Amen, sister.
Well, who could have a heart by being married to her?
Man, let me say,
Gemma ain't got no heart either.
Gemma is the evil queen in all the Disney movies, okay?
She's the evil queen and the villain in all the Disney movies.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's mirror on the wall, all that shit. The Blackheart Queen, you know what I'm saying? All the movies previous and past, she is the one trying to give Tara, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, whoever, Cinderella. She's the mean one. She's definitely need therapy so she don't be mean to everybody.
Well, damn.
She need to work through some things.
That's fair. So we back it up a little bit because this is important to tie everything together at some point. Unser goes to, see Clay or not. And, he tells him about, the body count between Darby's and, the body count at the bar that he was shot at. It's a 5 body count right now. And so because of that, he had to take her down. So Unser takes Clay down to the station. And while he's at the station, he's all hail to the queen. All hail to the queen. Hey, Olivia.
Yes, BB. That's who I Maleficent. I couldn't get the name out.
Or Ursula.
Yes.
You know what? I called somebody else Ursula today. Who did I call Ursula today? I just called somebody else Ursula not even 3 hours ago. I bullshit you not. Who did I call Ursula?
But yeah, Maleficent. Yes, that is who I was thinking of, but the name wouldn't come to me. Mm-hmm.
No, this is really messing with me now. I called somebody Ursula. Now it's messing with me. But anywho, so Unser has to take Clay down to the station. And so him and Clay, are talking, doing their thing like they do and whatnot. And he tells them, like, look, he tells them the whole setup. And he's like, okay, bring Darby in and bring Alvarez in. And we'll have a talk. How Clay do. We'll have a talk. That's what he gonna tell them. Like, they really do not act like Unser is a cop. Like, period.
No, he is one of the homies.
For real. So he calls them down, and so he does actually bring them down or whatever, and Darby's in there, and they have their moment. So Clay gets his licks in. That's before Clay's thinking that, Darby knew that Darby put the hit out on him. So he's getting his. But that's when Darby was like, I was hit too. And, that's when he also told him that Darby was hit too and all this and all that stuff. And so Clay's trying to cover everything with Darby, trying to make it cool. He's like, okay, it is what it is. So that's settled. Because now he knows that the Mayans are the ones that actually hit them. And, they tried to double stab right quick. So he brings in Alvarez. And him and Alvarez are talking, having their little one-on-one as they would. I had a picture. I don't know where I put it, though. I lost the picture. I don't have it. But anyway, so Alvarez comes into the jail and he's talking to Clay and he's like, look, you think I don't know, but I know. So he's telling Clay, like, look, I know for a fact that, you've got something going on with or he knew all of his business. And Clay like, wait a minute, how you know? And he's like, Darby knew everything, and he knew that Darby had double-crossed him. This scene still bothers me. Why didn't that man pick one of the other lower Mayans? How the F do you allow your son to be unalive? Exactly. I don't understand what the whole point was of him,
Because it was that serious. Because he tried to kill Clay. So you know what I'm saying? We looking at the hierarchy of things. It's like, say you tried to kill Opie. Then you could probably pick a lower member of the Mayans. But you tried to kill Clay. He is the president of Sons of Anarchy. So you got to give up the ultimate sacrifice.
But then your son?
Hey, you know the rules of the game. This is the game y'all chose to play. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
That was just steep though. Like, but he was just too willing. He didn't even say nothing. Like, he did it willingly. Like, I know. Oh, I got just a perfect thing for you type of thing. Like, he definitely made it right though with that one. Ain't no way.
And it was painless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like they tortured him and burned him like we see in episodes coming up where it's just some horrible ass shit. It was when you throw a knife or a gunshot into this little section right here, it's immediate. You don't feel nothing. You instantly unalived.
Was it even? But he was. No, that was painful because he got stabbed in the back.
No, it was the base of the neck.
Was it?
Yeah.
Either way, that still got.
But like what did Happy say? It was going to be clean. It was going to be clean, and it was going to be done to perfection, or whatever he said. So, you know what they say when we talk about unaliving people, there are certain, the headshot, the back of the neck right here, whatever. Happy is very calculated in the way he knows what he's doing. So
I give
he might have felt the pain, for the immediate thing, but it was instant. He was unalived instantly. So he, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a torture process.
but still, your son. I don't know if that was like trying to have a God moment. I gave my only begotten son. You know, it's
No,
like
but here's the thing we have to understand about these type of situations, gangs, mob, bicycle clubs or whatever. You attempted to assassinate the president of the Sons of Anarchy. You can't give up a corner boy. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. You have, and not only that, your son is what got this all jumped off. So you have to give up something. You know what I'm saying? And he could probably go get him a little hottie toddy tomorrow and start producing some more kids.
well, if you would watch the Mayans.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna get to it. Damn it! This is just like the Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. I'm gonna go get me a younger wife and have some more heirs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. But
so I will get to the Mayans this weekend because y'all not finna play me no more.
We ain't trying to play you, girl. We ain't trying to play you. But
hurt my feelings. I'm a cry and flood the earth.
Wrong. I mean, and then like just like let him die. I'll die in your arms. But it was for his son. See how
right? But that's what I'm saying. He knew what he had to do because here, what you have to understand in this underground world of sorts, like I said, gangs, mobs, motorcycle clubs, or whatever. It's like an unwritten rule. When you screw up to a certain degree, you know what the cost is. His son screwed up. Then he screwed up trying to take out Clay. And it's like, okay, we gonna all do business and I'm gonna let you live, but you gonna have to give up something. And for him, his son was the whatever. Because if he was all about that, then he could have gave himself up and been like, take me out right here. And then his son would have been president of the Mayans. But that's not what he wanted.
True. That does say
yeah. No, it was, she ain't giving up her brother because they wanted her to give up Marvin. And yeah. She wasn't giving up Marvin and she wasn't giving up Kanan. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do what you got to do, then do what you got to do. We have war.
Period. So Alvarez and Clay ended up making a deal.
Yes.
And no one else was there. No one else was involved. It was just them in that cell. After he knew what he had on him, he was like, okay, whatever. And he gave him his son. So that's what ended up happening. For him giving him his son, they made that deal. And so,
but how did Clay? But you remember the part where Clay made the deal, but then he goes back to the club and says, "I set it up. Now we gonna vote on it." But the deal was basically really made.
I was given setup because I had a picture of that back again.
Yeah.
Happened. And so, yep, and that's where it happened. But my thing was that killed me when he told everybody, he made that deal. Did you see everyone's faces? It was like, what'd you say?
Yeah. And was it Piney that said, how you gonna make a deal without a vote?
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what that face is, because it was the first reaction face that they got. They had turned the camera to Piney, and Piney was like, wait, what? For real? That's what we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Bobby looked crazy with them glasses, like he was double confused.
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Like what? Wait, what just happened?
Like when we start operating like this is what we're doing. But the problem is Sam Crow wants people to pay, but when the shoe is on the other foot, they want to pass. I mean,
but that's that entitlement.
Hey, I mean, what can you do? Of course you want to pass. That's that privilege. That's that privilege. That's what you're talking about. That's that privilege right there. You want that pass. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He was stripped on season 4. He was making some straight decisions. Well, word. Strip. See, and it's always just like when you want to compare the two, who is the better president, Clay or Jags? We'll have that discussion when we get there.
Right.
But yeah. So after that, here we go. This is when Gemma and Tara had their little discussion, and she's telling him like, you're smart, you know better. Um, you have to do what's best because Jax won't do what's best. And just the way she was just talking to her was just
Master manipulator.
woman, what is your problem? Go find some business, really. Please do. The way she just talks to her is just like you just don't care. Bobby is a cutie pie. Bobby Elvis, get you a Bobby Elvis. Get you
But I mean, Jim is a master manipulator, though.
Oh, of course. But basically, isn't Tara? Look what she did. She got Mako killed for her. So I mean, she can also be. She got that hold on them. They both have a. See, the thing is, they both have a hold on them, just from
Mm-hmm.
different sides, and that's
Right.
the thing. And that's another thing that I think really frustrated Jax to a point. He had to make a decision who he gonna, be with, and
But
he
at
made
some time, you have to leave your parents. It,
exactly like you a grown man now. What are you
you are
doing?
you are grown, and it's like your parents raise you and send you out to the world, and then it's like, okay, not to be sadistic or nothing, but I'm not gonna lay up with my mama. I'm not gonna have kids with my mama, daddy, whatever case may be. Like, okay, yes, I appreciate all you've instilled in me, but now I got to go out into the world and do my own thing.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that the club is family, it's like going to work. She needs someone display to help her get out of trouble. Yeah, it's like going to. Wait, don't tell me, kill me. She always do got the girls out. She do. That is her signature. But that's why she be having all those little youngins mumbling, like half sec mumbling and melting for her. Like they want to feed off of her and stuff. Because she looks like she about ready to let them. But anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that. So yeah, she talks to her, tells her bits and all that. She got Tara crying all of a sudden, making this girl cry and having her in her
You know
feelings.
what? In this scene, I almost thought Tara was gonna tell her what happened. Damn, I got the hiccups, y'all. Excuse me, but I thought Tara was gonna tell her what happened with the agent.
I wasn't sure myself, but I was just waiting. I was like, okay, she didn't. But I was glad that she didn't. Because that's just something else for her to go, oh, you want to kill for this little broad now? Now she's got something on you. But I know he don't want to hear that. I know.
No, no, but I just thought, as intense as the scene was and everything that was going on, I thought,
Yeah, definitely. But so from that, though, man, listen, Tara was manipulating
I
Gemma
believe it.
to turn on the tip. Yes, she does. Because like I said before, remember I said this about her and Wendy. Her and Wendy got got Gemma's car number ran. Okay, they both know how she works. They both know how she operates, and they both know who she really is. And they both suspect, they both suspect her being cruelty. And Wendy been with Jack long ago, knows the other things that goes on that Tara didn't know about. So I'm just saying she's a dirty broad, and hey, Game recognized game. That's how I see that between Tara and Gemma. Game recognized game with both of them, and they both got this hold on Jax, and he don't see it, but it's there. It's there on display. It's there. Period.
I don't know how Jax don't realize he being pulled from one end to the other. I'm just like, dude, you Stevie Wonder up in this motherfucker. You got, excuse me, two females, your mama and your girl fighting over your heart, basically. Like, how do you not see this?
Because the only thing he sees himself being pulled from right now between is his dead father and his cruel stepfather. He's got that tug of war going.
He's got tunnel vision, basically, is what you're saying.
Yes, it's like one tug of war for another. It's like, so he can only do so much. He's being gone back and forth, back and forth. So what can you do at this point? But another interesting thing was, this so that taking care of the guy for McKeevy or whatever, this was the first time that Opie, he said he wanted to take charge. He said he wanted to be the one to pull the trigger and all of this stuff. He wants to prove his loyalty to the club. And still while he's trying to do that, Donna are still having their moments. Like Donna is just not having it.
Mm-hmm.
And she just knows, like
I just feel like Opie can do better. She know the lifestyle. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That's like me go and dating the neighborhood drug boy and then be like, I need you to go to college. You knew what the hell you was getting into when you got with this man. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you didn't want to accept the handouts while he was locked up for the 5 or 6 years or whatever it was. But stop acting dumb like you don't know. Like you just found out yesterday he was part of a motorcycle gang. That's the shit that irritates me.
Well, see, here's the thing for me, because at first she was making it seem like it was more about the fact that you're just, up their ass and they the one who, sets you up and whatnot. So when Jax finally went on his own and told her that no, it wasn't, he let her know who it was when she found out about Homeboy. So at that point, he knew. So why is she still mad like this is what I'm trying to figure out. You was mad before because you thought it was them who tried to set you up and put you away, and you had to be away from him while they, was living in the laps of luxury and enjoying, the fruits of their labor of what they done and gone through. And you want to blame that on Sam Crow. But now you find out it wasn't even them initially as a whole like that. It wasn't like that. You still mad. And it's like, you see the money being made. You see you got a car you can't even drive because you can't pay the what you call it for it or whatever. So why do you even care if he can't or not? Exactly, you knew what you signed up for. It's the struggle of it is the struggle of. I appreciate you, Ramsey. I be watching folks suffer from camera poop. It does excuse me. Kamisha, hey, love, hey.
Hey, Kamisha.
How are you?
Oh my! I think that was that last comment is what took my hiccups out. I was cracking up.
Yeah. Okay, BB. I mean, Lady B. I cannot. But that's
no, but I will mute myself because I think that is absolutely disrespectful to like burp and stuff like that online. And y'all see my hiccups is gone. So Lady B, I appreciate you. BB said go get something to eat, but I went and got me some water. So, but you typically when I get the hiccups when I've been drinking, that means I need to stop drinking. So I won't be drinking no more after this.
So hiccups be coming like knock knock, bitch. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll let know what's going on. We ain't doing that. But yeah, so he don't put on armor. He said, look, I'm gonna be the one to pull the trigger. I gotta prove myself. I gotta prove my loyalty to the club. I'm gonna do this. I gotta, he gotta prove. And what makes it so bad, he's gotta prove it to Clay out of all people because Clay's the president. And so, and it just angers me because I feel like even if we don't know what went on at the time when Opie was serving his time or whatever, I still feel like Clay would have had something to do with it. He just seems like that to me.
Yeah, he's so snaky, sneaky, whatever you want. I just get a bad vibe from him altogether. Like I feel like he's only thinking about himself, not the club. And sometimes I don't even think he's thinking about Gemma. I just really think like he's trying to line his own pockets and have his own agenda. And like I'm old, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out the game, whatever the case may be. I think he's only thinking about himself because he looks shifty all the time. And it's like Jim is running to his side to be the doting wife, but I just don't feel like he's the exemplary husband.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's fair to say. That is fair. I mean, but as we see, he is that type of dude. He can't be trusted. He is sneaky. He is snaky. He is all of those things, and that's the whole. And he proved that very quickly starting into this show. Like he proved that like nobody's business, like from the get-go. I mean, you saw that he was dirty from the beginning when, well, actually the cops were dirty. He was dealing with the cops, paying, when you got the cops in the town sheriff on your payroll, you ain't about shit.
Ain't about not a goddamn thing.
You know that.
And that's GOT, not GOD. So don't nobody come hating on me.
Okay. So, but the Opie, they go and do the whole pew 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 thing, trying to do what they, gotta do to get it, whatever. And he can't even do it. He still froze right there. The man just now, if that man had a piece and did him, it would have been curtains. Because he was just like he just stood there letting be seen and everything. Like if this man did get away, he sure got a good close look of you. You got your cut on. Like there was no saving any of that. I know this is for entertainment, but I didn't appreciate the 17-year-old girl and the name they gave the character in Viqua. What's wrong?
Go ahead and explain a little bit more, BB.
Please do. I would really like to know. What's that mean? What 17? I'd like to know more. Tell me more. Yeah, he couldn't even. So yeah, and so Bobby had to end up doing it, and that was the whole thing. Clay was like, had Bobby look out for him. Like, I want him to be the one that pulls the trigger. He told him that. Period. He wanted him to be the one that pulls the trigger. So
but Bobby was solid though, because he went back and gave him the nod, like he really did it, but he didn't.
Right, and that's what I was just saying. So when they get back, they came in and nodded to him, and so it was. See, Bobby knows what's up. That's what it is about Bobby that I like. He don't just follow, He, even though him and Clay been in this since, they both are the original 9 and whatnot, but he don't follow Clay like that. Let's see. I don't know. Bobby definitely has more of a heart than Clay do. I can say that. They could have picked another name for the young black girl. Oh. They could have. Well, hey, this whole entire show is just like messed up though, period. And Paris Barkley, who is a black gay man, also helped write Sons of Anarchy with Kurt and executive producer stuff with him. So this whole thing is just twisted. They try to get away with it. And, I guess some of the things like this, I wonder if that is why Sons of Anarchy was never nominated or anything like that. Never. They never got anything. It's almost like they tried to bury it, try to act like it didn't exist. And that's what I don't understand. Like, how can y'all do this to such a treat of entertainment? Like, how could you? Period. I just don't understand it. So anywho, so later on, Jax goes back to bury the light the light the body on fire. And because remember earlier we saw how he took Terrence Cullis and drove to the woods and buried the body, whatever. But I guess he left it there, didn't bury it then. I guess he waited till night. I don't know why. But he waited tonight. But not only that, he decided to throw JT's journal in the fire. And you see him earlier. I had a picture, but you see him earlier reading the book, reading it, and then he just stops or whatever. But yeah, he goes to set it on fire. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's kind of like at that moment, Gemma / Clay won because he's burning his father's memories and what he wanted for the club. Like, what are you doing? Like, that is a part of history of the legacy. Burning.
I think he felt like, in my opinion, I think he felt like he had gave up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to do it this way in order to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to deal with the Irishmen and help them with their thing because this dude took 2 bullets for Clay. We got to make these deals with the Mayans. We got to do I feel like he had just like, you know what? Like, this manual sounds like he's holding it. This sounds good right here, but this doesn't apply to real life. So I'm just going to give up.
Yeah. But to give him hope though, he snatched that bad boy right up out of there. He had a moment of clarity and he snatched it out. He took it out the fire. So
there is another copy, maybe somewhere.
Look, maybe. But so he knew better. His mind got clouded for a minute, but he knew better. Question: do you think?
But doesn't she find it at some point and maybe reads a couple pages before she is walked in on, or am I tripping?
She was looking for it. She did find it, but she couldn't read anything. She didn't read anything, but she knew she lived with the man. She knew what was up. She probably knew what was in there a whole head of time long ago because she lived that life. She knew he wanted. That's why he is where he is now. Because she knew what he wanted, and Clay knew what he wanted as well also. So yeah, so I don't think she technically read it, but I think
she's a transformer because she went with what she was in line with versus what her husband was in line with. So I ain't cool with her either.
Exactly. And that's a whole, so that whole bit. So no, that's the answer to me. I don't know. She never did, but she knows what's in it. She knows the context, maybe not the details, but Gemma knows what's up. Gemma's the gatekeeper, remember? And don't forget that. So at the end of it all, that's where it ended. He got the thing back, and Here is after she had that whole entire thing with Tara, made her cry and everything. Here she is just beating her baby. And
Master manipulator. She's demon by day and or demon by night and doting grandmother by day.
doting, yeah, sure. Doting. That's what we got. Doting. So yeah, so that pretty much did it for this episode. And yep. That is it. We see what we see.
So
And
let's ask the chat what questions and whatnot they might particularly have because we've seen it numerous times
I
and
think everyone in the chat may have seen it. I don't think there's anyone in the chat that hasn't. Everyone in the chat has seen, watched. I could have swore.
yeah, but I'm just saying what questions because when you see things the second, third, fourth time, you always pick up something new. So I was just seeing what the chat may want to discuss before we wrap things up.
I think she completely forgot about that in there. It's been so long since either of them have been up in there. She didn't even remember that was in there. You think she actually would have let Jax find that on purpose? There is
Right.
no way.
Because it had been years. She probably was happy she got her new man, her hot rod man, and fuck his shit. And I'm gonna throw all this shit in a motherfucking box and I'm not gonna read it, touch it, or whatever.
Like, yep, she didn't care. She was just trying to get it out the way to make room for Clay. Yep. Period.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah, so I don't know, but you know how Gemma is, and you never know with her either. But nope. I think if she would have read that, she would have never. Nah, because it looks like it was just a whole bunch of stuff just threw together for real. Because you saw the pictures that were in there. There was still pictures of them and all of that stuff, and I don't know. No. I really think so. I read the wrote all that. She would have. That's what I'm saying. If she would have read that, she probably would have. Or she just would have took it all out. I mean, and made like it never existed.
Exactly. Never existed. I could agree with Gemma rewriting it so Jax has an idea of his father, but in her perspective.
She don't care.
I could see her.
She wouldn't have kept.
No, I'm just saying I could see her doing either or. I could see her deleting the whole damn thing or rewriting pieces to give Jax the direction she wanted. I could see Gemma doing some shit like that, whether she had to go find a computer or a typewriter or whatever.
Man to teach him the direction she wanted.
True that. Well, I can't wait till the next episode to see what's gonna happen.
Yes, because I kind of don't remember what happens next initially, but I think this is when they start. They got to be, because it's about to be the end of the season, so it's about to be packed on about Stahl's got to enter the chat again and get in the head that she's got to try to tear up the club so Tick feels the way he feels to do what he did, and now everything pops off at the end of this season.
Well, you know that what's his name? Is it Hale? What's the other dude's name? The other cop.
Stahl? The girl?
No, the new the male cop, the one that's supposed to take over from Unser.
Yeah, you had it right,
Hale. You know it was him who was giving up all the information with his snitching ass.
Yeah, oh, of course, you know it. Absolutely.
He wants Charming to be this peaceful Mayberry ass town, so he over there snitching every damn thing to what's the agent's name? The female.
Stahl.
Yeah. So Hale is snitching to Stahl, so because he wants Unser out so he can get his position.
But that's the thing, Unser's supposed to be out. you know, the man's got cancer. He trying to stay in, but you don't see, he don't look like he gonna make it. Even though I can't believe he actually did through this whole series, but still,
Yeah.
period.
He was
But
moving sideways, and it could have been a number of times he could have gotten taken out, but he must pray every
well,
night, or
as
every
the
day,
show goes
morning,
on,
noon, and night.
as the show goes on, we shall see what happens soon. But that will do it for season 1, episode 9.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank y'all ladies for joining. Y'all always be having me and Dina cracking up in these comments. Y'all so
Yes. Sometimes the comments is very entertaining to add to the show.
Yes, definitely appreciate the support. We love it. We thank you. We appreciate y'all. So make sure y'all come back next week. We're going to be on episode 10. And I can't remember what happens, but I'm excited because I don't remember. So I love when that happens. We is going to have a ball. See, we're going to episode 10. So we probably got 4 or 5 more episodes left of season 1. And we done with
I think it's only 13 episodes.
It is. So, yep. So, 10. Yep. So, we only got
4. We got 4 more episodes.
Yep. So, and there's only one, because I think there's only one season. There's 14 episodes. Either 14 episodes or 12 episodes. I know it's just one off, up or down. I can't remember. But, as the seasons go on, the episodes get longer, though, too. So, and that's when all the crazy stuff happens. But
I'm ready for the crazies.
Shout out to the crazy. Yes. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. We will definitely see y'all next week. Y'all be good. Thanks for watching. And we out this nasty.